Press pause, put the controller down. It's time to talk about the gaming industry. My name is TJ Leo.
I was trying really hard to crack my knuckles into the microphone, but I couldn't get one out. Damn it.
You couldn't get one out, eh? Alright.
We're just gonna leave that.
So we're just gonna leave that hanging. Who are you, again?
I'm Andrew.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. And this is Press Pause, a gaming podcast, episode 87. How was your Easter, my friend? It's good to be back after a week off.
Yeah. There was a lot of not playing video games. I kind of burnt out.
Oh, okay.
So I took an extended break from video games, but it was still 2 weeks. So
yeah. I
had ample time to finish Prey, which we'll talk about.
Indeed. Yeah. I hear the burnout. I'm still doing a lot of hopping around. Can't really seem to get my teeth sunk into anything specific.
This is why I like to play like a smaller game after a big one, because if I just do multiple big ones in a row, it just, I get burnt out on it.
Sim31, big avid proponent of the show. He's not here at the moment, but I'm sure he'll pop in at some point. Is in this kind of on the edge of that boat. He's been playing the entire Resident Evil series from start to finish because he never played those games. And I think he just beat Requiem. And he's like, man, I need like a bite-sized experience to water down the AAA a little bit. So I think he played a little bit of Dispatch. And then what's he playing now? Let's see. Let me find out what good old Sim. He's not playing anything right now. he's probably having dinner or something. But yeah, I feel that for sure. I really want to get sucked into a game right now, but it's not super happening. But I'll get to that when we get to what I've played. Let's get to the rigmarole. As I mentioned, we did miss last week due to me having a awful sinus infection, as well as Easter being busy, and honestly, there wasn't a lot of news. I had like 4 news articles, and 2 of them were like the PlayStation Plus and Game Pass update. So there really wasn't a whole lot to talk about because it was a short week, right? Because like nobody announces things on Good Friday, and then Mondays usually nobody announces anything either. So there was really only 3 days that week worth of news, and nothing great. Even this week is kind of light. We're kind of in a lull right now, but I do have a good show planned. So let's get into it. Starting with, let's see where we are. As always, if you want the podcast edition of the show, YouTube Music is where you go. You can get it in audio form or a video form, although, again, we encourage you to watch the show for footage and references and all that kind of stuff. And, of course, a screenshot scope. Don't forget to join the Co-op Club Discord community server where there's tons of us talking about gaming, wrestling, world events, the space program, and more. Yeah, we'd be talking about that Artemis 2 stuff. Pretty cool.
Listen, I'll talk about that when I talk about Prey, because I had some thoughts about that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I
don't want to get ahead of myself.
I'm a big space guy. I love space.
Space is cool.
Yeah. As of this recording, I believe the Artemis guys are about to return.
I think they're sometime in the next day.
Let's see. They're an hour and a half away. Oh, okay. Yeah, an hour and a half away from Splashdown. They're currently traveling at 11,500 miles per hour. Good Lord.
Yeah, I was I watched some of the footage of that, and they had like current distance to the moon, and I saw those numbers like changing, and I started counting. They were traveling at a speed of about 1 mile every 2 seconds.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, like they had it listed in like miles per hour or kilometers per hour or something, and I'm like, that is not a good metric for how fast they're going. We need to see what it is in seconds.
They're going real quick.
That's the more relevant time scale.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, when they were I was watching like the live feed because NASA was doing this whole live feed thing
Yeah,
during the
that's what I
mission.
was watching too.
And it was like I don't know 11 o'clock last night, and I looked outside, I looked up at the sky, and I went, "There's 4 people up there in a capsule. It's 4 people, right? I'm pretty sure it's 4 people.
Yeah.
Up there sitting in a capsule, traveling at thousands of miles an
10
hour.
times the speed of sound or something.
Yeah, and they're just chilling up there, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
For them, it probably feels completely normal because there's no discernible gravity and no frame of reference that's close enough to sell the
speed,
the rate at which they're moving.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
So crazy.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I had a discussion about this sciencey stuff. Welcome to Science Pause, a science podcast. It's so weird because like if you're on the equator of the planet, you're technically traveling really freaking fast. You just don't notice it. There's just no way to really know unless you have like a really clear, starry day.
Well, it's like when you're on a train.
Yeah.
Once the train gets up to speed, you don't notice it.
Yep.
But if the train comes to a sudden stop, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, you're like, whoa. Yeah, imagine if that there's a nightmare disaster movie for you. The Earth stops spinning all of a sudden.
That was an episode of Futurama.
Oh, was it? Oh my god.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa went and straightened up.
It straightened itself.
Yeah, and then they had to restart the planet, but they could only do it in the other direction. So it started spinning in the other direction, and then the tower tilted in the other way.
Now it's leaning again.
It's a great joke.
Yeah, I watched some science video about drilling a hole to the core of the Earth, and they're like, if you did that, like if we were capable of it, first of all, and you did that at the equator, and you jumped into the pit, you'd be sucked against the wall in the pit because the Earth is spinning so fast along the equator. And so if you jump down a pit towards the core, you'd just be like, whoosh, all of a sudden you'd just be like, bam.
Yeah, at some point you're gonna lose velocity.
It's crazy.
But the planet's gonna keep going.
It's gonna take over. It's so crazy.
It's probably just gonna feel like you're drifting to the side.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, no, I don't want to hit the wall.
It's just the planet is rotating.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love science. A little off topic, but science talk. Where was I? Co-op Club. Yeah. Patreon.com/co-op entertainment, where you can throw us $1 US a month to help support the channel. We greatly appreciate that. Andrew, as you mentioned, you have been playing Prey still. Have you beat it?
Yes.
Oh, he beat Prey. All right. Let me pull up some footage here.
I did. This game was really good, by the way.
Okay, good.
Good enough that it kind of made me less angry that the property was kind of somewhat stolen
mismanaged
from its original creator.
Yeah.
Through the absurdity of rights and acquisitions and stuff. And how they were working on Prey 2, and Prey 2 was taken away from them.
It looked so good, too.
Dude, it is. Well, the environments are gorgeous. The character models are kind of. So there's definitely an artistic style that you see in the game's concept art. It feels like they were trying to match that in 3D. It's a very sketchy, rough, kind of hyper exaggerated, almost cartoonishly so facial features.
Oh, you can see Arcane's touch all over this. You know, if you've played Deathloop or Dishonored, this game.
I've not played either of those, but I have played Arx Fatalis. And that's appropriate because last time we talked about this, I said that this is just System Shock 3 without the license.
Right.
It's funny because Arx Fatalis was basically Ultima Underworld 3 without the license.
There you go. They seem to to wear their inspiration on their sleeve.
Spiritual successors to games that they don't actually own.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game was really, really good. Do you mind if I talk spoilers? Because the game's been out for 9 years.
I'm not going to play it. I've tried 7 times and I just can't.
Okay, so I'll talk about that when I get to it. But the way that this relates to the Artemis mission is that it was going throughout this space station, and it's massively high, vaulted ceilings, just a whole bunch of space. Right, just a whole bunch of empty space because it looks fancy and it doesn't feel claustrophobic. But I was thinking of it costs so much money to put up like an object like per square foot of volume. Like it costs like $1 million per square foot or something to put something into space. And when I was watching footage of the Artemis 2 mission where it was in the craft and you could see the astronauts in there, they're packed in there so fucking tightly.
Oh yeah.
And they're so much so that the only way you could actually have four people in that space is if it was in zero gravity.
Mm.
Because if they all had to occupy space on the floor, like on a single plane, they would not be able to fit.
Yeah.
There have to be like two people up and two people down for them to fit in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
like
tiny.
it was, yeah, like that compared to like you can just see even in this footage that's kind of chaotic, you can just see like the ceilings are high up like they would be in just a building here on Earth.
Mm.
It's like in a warehouse
Yeah.
in space.
Yeah.
It's
Big
it's
spaces.
crazy how much unused space there is, but it looks really gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a pretty game.
Yeah, and the other thing that I really like about it is how it makes use of that space. So there's only like you're on a space station, you don't go anywhere. Well, I mean, you can go outside, but just basically to go around in zero gravity, like in your spacesuit. It's not like there's another space station or another space. Um, the ways that they reuse areas where you have to go back to them because now you got a door open there or something. There's like a story reason for you to go back there. Um, it really helps, like, because if you only went to each area once, the game would be like an hours long.
Right.
But the fact that it makes you go back and forth and in ways that actually make sense, um, it really they really make the most of the environment that they've built, which I greatly appreciate. um, as for the story, I was also pleasantly surprised in that it had a twist that I didn't fully see coming.
Oh, that's cool.
So there was a moment where I thought, is this another simulation? Because the game starts with you in a simulation,
Mm.
right? And then you get out of it, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, is there another one? Because I got a false ending where you find an escape pod and just bail, and there's like the screen fades to black, and there's some narration, and it's like, wait a minute. Was I being tested? Am I being observed? Is this like the Big Shell incident
Is this the
in
Truman Show?
MGS2? Yeah, like is this just to make me into the next Solid Snake?
Mm.
Is that what this is about? And I was kind of right. It is a simulation, except it's a full-on Matrix simulation. Like where like it's all in your head. They're they're
So
they're
he wasn't on the moon.
he wasn't in the space station. It was all just a Matrix style simulation. And so I kind of saw that coming, but not quite. But what I didn't see coming is that you're not even the person that you supposedly are. You're not Morgan Yu. You're
Oh.
actually one of the aliens.
Oh, that's cool.
And what they've been doing, so the story revolves around using like this alien DNA to create these neuromods where they can transfer information from one person to another. So you could just download somebody's skills. Right? If they've had their skills like copied, you could just have them installed in your brain and become like a master musician or chef or whatever,
Very Matrixy. Mm.
right? Um, but also, if you have them removed, you forget everything that's happened to you since it was installed.
Oh, interesting.
Um, so that kind of the conceit is that, oh, your character has had neuromods installed and removed so many times that you have like almost total amnesia and you don't know who to trust or anything like that. But then it turns out the whole thing is a simulation, and what's actually happening is they've been neuromodding one of the aliens with human memories of Morgan Yu to try and teach it to value human life, because these creatures don't, like, they just exist to consume. They
Mm.
don't even seem to recognize humans as being other life forms. They're just like, gotta consume, gotta, just propagate and spread. So it turns out the whole thing was an experiment to see if they could teach one of these creatures to feel compassion for other living things, and then they show you outside, oh, and Earth's been taken over by these things.
Oh,
You know, the
Jesus.
whole threat is that, like, if one of these gets to Earth, then it's all over. It's like you come back to reality. Oh no, they got to Earth. They got to Earth.
So
Earth's
then,
fucked. Now,
why are you in the simulation then?
is to see if they can get one to value human life, and then maybe they can get others to value human life, and
So there's survivors.
yeah, they're survivors.
Okay.
They're trying to see if they can resolve this, with some sort of peaceful negotiation, because there's no way to win a war against these things. So they're trying to see if they can,
Make peace.
if they can get them to recognize and respect human life.
Interesting. That sounds
Which
like
was
it opens the door for a sequel.
yeah, which you'll have noticed hasn't happened.
No.
Which seems to be the problem with this franchise, is that we get one game out with a cool hook and cool gameplay, and then it doesn't get a sequel.
I don't think this one sold very well. Let me look into it.
I'm not sure. I know that the original one sold better than I thought. But I don't know how well this one sold. But yeah, man, I had a lot of fun with this. Also, I appreciate how much hidden stuff there was. They really go out of their way to hide stuff in the various nooks and crannies that would exist on a space station like this. So exploration is always important, because even if it's not like something super critical, it's like maybe you'll find materials for crafting or ammunition or a weapon upgrade. Like, it's always worth looking.
right.
There's always something to find. I love that, because I love to explore. I love to see, hey, how far can I go in here before it says, no, there's an invisible wall. Oh, there's no invisible wall. There's a secret room in here with ammo. Sick.
Yeah. I mean, exploration in games is like super important, I think.
Yeah.
Especially because when the exploration is fun and rewarding, the world itself becomes a character that you are experiencing.
Yeah.
The
That's a
game,
good way of putting it.
yeah, the game sold around 1.5 million, which is
Okay.
technically a commercial success, but maybe
I
not enough
imagine
to warrant.
it probably cost a ton of money to make this game.
Yeah, it must not have been enough to warrant a sequel.
Yeah, maybe not.
Now that being said, I think that they made Dishonored 2 after this, and then Deathloop. So it could just be that they haven't got
Wanted to
back
do
to it
something
yet.
different.
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Although I don't think they exist anymore, do they? Who made this one?
So I looked into that because I was like, does Arcane still exist? It was their Texas satellite studio, like their
Yeah,
Texas division.
Austin still exists.
Yeah, the primary
Oh, Texas, Austin,
Arcane studio.
Texas. That.
Arcane Texas is what was shut down.
Oh,
But
really?
I think they're a French company, I believe, the primary branch of Arcane, and they're still around.
Hmm.
But it was their Texas satellite studio that was shut down
That sucks.
after Redfall. But yeah,
Oh,
this game,
yeah, that would do it.
yeah. Yeah, but dude, this game was super good. I liked it a lot, and if you hadn't just told me that you tried it 7 times and couldn't get into it, I would absolutely recommend it to you. But if you couldn't get in after 7 attempts, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, this one's in the
And
pile with Starfield and Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, unfortunately.
yeah, there's no sense in forcing it, because if it's not the kind of game that you're into right away, you're probably never going to be, because it doesn't.
Which is weird, because I like BioShock. I just couldn't get into
Yeah.
this. It just didn't the combat didn't feel right for me. I don't know. I can't describe it.
It definitely gets better once you upgrade your guns.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
But
Yeah.
it takes a little bit for it to get there. So you are kind of running scared at first.
Yeah.
It's weird. The game actually starts out much more difficult than it ends up being.
Mm.
You would kind of expect it to start out easy and then get harder, but the enemies never really get significantly stronger. There are some more powerful variants that show up more frequently, but not to the degree that I would say makes the game substantially harder. Which, I mean, I'm fine with, because like I spent it took me like almost 30 hours to beat this game.
Yeah, it's a big game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big game.
Apparently, it can be beat in like 5 minutes, though, if you know what
Oh,
you're looking
sure.
for.
I mean, if games like this, if you know where to go to, like, to sequence break
Yeah.
or something like that. I mean, people have been able to beat Breath of the Wild like just by going, you beat the Great Plateau, which you have to do,
Yeah.
because you need the glider, and
To
then you
get
just
out,
go
yeah.
straight to Ganon,
Yep.
and people have done it.
That's crazy. He's not an easy boss, even
No, he's not an easy boss.
even with a big life bar.
Yeah, you have to time that reflection of the beams like perfectly. It's not like where you could just swing the Master Sword and do it in Ocarina of Time. It's like
No.
you got to do the shield repulsion. It has to be damn near perfect.
Yeah. I looked into it. Arcane Lions, as you said, is still around. They're currently working on the Blade game, Marvel's Blade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Pray.
Hopefully that goes better than the Blade movie that they've been trying to make for the last 7 years or whatever it's been.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because it's so that studio's last game was Deathloop, which was in 2021. So you'd think we're gonna see it anytime now. Maybe this year, because that's 5 years now. It's been in development, roughly. At least 4.
I wonder if maybe Marvel wants to position it so that it's not like shown right up against Wolverine. Like maybe after like I don't know how much say Marvel would have in that, like if it's up to them or if it's up to like the publishers, but I mean I would assume they'd have some say in it, right? It's their
Could be
property.
they want to tie it in with the movie too. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just not going well.
Who knows?
That's a common thing in the industry right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Cool. What do you want to give it a rating on our scale? Is this a 7? Is this an 8? 7's good.
Oh
8's
no,
great.
this is like a 9, man.
9, amazing.
Of this type of game, this is one of the best I've ever played.
Sweet. Oh, I'm glad
I,
you liked it.
I would put it like up there with the original Deus Ex.
Wow. Did you beat Rise of the Tomb Raider?
No, I'm still working on that. I was
Prey sucked you away.
Well, Prey sucked me away because I was like, I really needed a break from Tomb Raider.
That's fair.
So I haven't finished it yet. Although, ironically, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's an old game, but I've been playing Soul Reaver, which is also a Crystal Dynamics game, because I bought the Legacy of Kain Defiance remastered version.
Gotcha.
And then I was like, oh, you know what? I never actually did play through the Soul Reaver remastered version. I should do that. The game's not super long. It's like 10 to 12 hours. I can probably bang that out in a few days. So that's what I've been doing. But like I said, I'm not going to talk about it. It's Soul Reaver. Like, what can I possibly say about it? It's Soul Reaver. Have you played Soul Reaver? Then you know what it is. It's Soul Reaver.
For sure. All right, cool. Well, I don't have a whole lot to say this week. I did finish 2 games though. One is Core Keeper, which we'll see if it loads here. Yeah, this was the co-op game I was playing with my buddy, and now Echo, stop. Alexa was talking to me. I didn't say anything that sounded like her name, did I? Stupid. Yeah,
I can't believe you have one of those things in your house. I would never ever want to have one of those things.
I order from Amazon all the time, and because I live in a place where I can't hear the doorbell when my packages arrive, it tells me when my package is there.
I guess, but
so
like I'd hate the idea of having a microphone just always listening. Always listening. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my buddy and I beat Core Keeper. Took many hours. The game was way bigger than we thought. And it's had substantial post-launch support. So like the base game was probably 25% of what the game is now. Like the game is huge.
Oh, okay.
Now. So they've really like supported it with free patches and DLC consistently.
Good, getting your money's worth out of it.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Not to say that it's perfect, because it's definitely not perfect. It is gorgeous though. I don't know if you're watching the footage here, but
Oh
it's a
yeah, yeah. I was
gorgeous art.
actually I was gonna say I really like the touch of having the reflections in the water.
Oh yeah, man, oh it's beautiful. Very very pretty game. Uh, but again, not without its problems. So, for those of you who don't know what kind of game it is, it's a survival crafting game. It's basically like trying to think here. It's like Terraria, I guess, but top down, or like Grounded, but a 2D top down type of game. You're crafting, you're building, you're getting better loot, you're venturing into harder areas of the map to get better gear, to move on to further out into the map, so on and so forth. New bosses to defeat, all that kind of stuff, right? I do not know why it didn't loop, because it's I know why. It's because it's YouTube. The problem, the only real problem with the game is twofold. Number one, the way the map is designed. So first of all, it's procedurally generated, but with rules. So the very center of the map is the core, core keeper, and that's kind of where you basically put your base. That's where you build your primary base, is around the core, because it's right in the center of the map. It's perfectly located, and you need the core. That's the core right there to do certain things, create certain things. And there's also a waypoint there that you can teleport back to when you find other waypoints, so it makes travel easy. And then the map kind of like bands out in a circle kind of pattern. So there's this giant circle area around the core that is sort of the newbie area. We'll say it's the noob area where all the low level enemies are, and then it expands into another circle, which is even a bigger circle, and it's divided into two areas. And then there's a pit that surrounds those areas, and then there's three more areas in an even bigger circle around those beyond that barrier, and then there's another barrier beyond that, which we never got to, and I'll explain that in a second. Okay. But because of the symmetrical nature of the map, the opening area is really fast. The secondary area gets a little bit slower, but I think it's perfectly paced, that second area. But then you get to that third outer ring, which is so freaking large that there's specific things that you're trying to find, right? In order to gather specific resources and find keys and, key items, all that kind of stuff, right? But the bigger the areas get, the more you're just kind of wandering around, hoping to stumble upon those things. And so the further you get in the game, the more time you're spending just grinding through the levels, trying to find what you need. And that could have easily been prevented with a better way of designing the map. So instead of this circular design where it just keeps going out and out and out and out and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, they could have done like how Minecraft does it, where it's just like separate randomly generated biomes and stuff like that, right? I just think, that last quarter that we played was a little bit of a drag, because we were like, oh my god, where is this freaking item? Because you're basically just like eliminating the map, just going like, where? It's like a needle in a haystack kind of a situation. It got a little tiresome towards the end. And then we finished the main story. And then we checked the trophies, which is what I always do, to see, did we miss anything, significant, right? That we want to go back for before we move on to the next game. And there was like 5 more bosses that we didn't find. So I assume that they're optional, but like, I assume that they're beyond that outer ring that we found, where we went into it. And we were getting like one shot by enemies. I think this is the area, actually. I think that was the area they were showing right there. But we were getting like one shot, so we're like, oh, well, this must be later in the game. And then we beat the game like half an hour later, and we were like, well, how are we supposed to get into that zone? And so we just didn't. We just decided that we couldn't do it. And I'm like, that sucks that there's like all this content there that is so difficult to get to and so difficult to like. I can't imagine how big those areas are behind those walls. Like I have no clue, or like where you would find the bosses or like anything like it's just it gets astronomically too big for its own good. But the core experience is fantastic. Absolutely loved it. If you're into like top down, and there's so many classes you can play. Like you can play as like you. It's one of those games where you gain experience points by doing. Kind of like did Morrowind do that? I think Morrowind did that, didn't it?
Yeah. You improve a skill as you do it.
As you do it, yeah. So like you can jump 1,000 times and you'll like jump higher, kind of a thing. In this game, it's all it. There's like I think 12 different like skills you can do, but if you focus on like melee combat, you'll upgrade your melee combat. If you focus on ranged combat with like bow and arrows, same thing. Magic, summoning, it's a whole bunch of different gardening. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do to increase your level, and there's points that you put into a talent tree and all this kind of stuff. It's really intricate and really detailed and really well done. It's just that map. Oh my god. You get to those outer planes and you're just like wandering around aimlessly, you know? Like I understand the game's designed for like 4 players, but even with 4 players, like it's huge. The map is freaking massive. That being said though, it was a blast playing it. The bosses were super fun. You had to use tactics, you had to kite, you had to figure out the best way of handling them. Like there was this one boss that kind of repeated a couple times, but it's basically like a giant slime boss. I don't think it's shown in here at any point. But it's slime boss, and every time it jumps, it leaves a pile of slime behind it. And if you walk into it, it will like slow you down. And so my buddy was kiting the boss while I was using my summoned creatures to attack it, and while I was cleaning up the slime off the floor so that we weren't slowed down. So because it would if you get slowed down by the slime, it's gonna hit you. Like it's gonna be able to land on you. There's the slime right there. But yeah, all the bosses have really cool mechanics. You know, the music's just amazing. Highly recommended for those that like those games. Just be aware that late game is a grind. It's a beastly grind. But I would give it give it an 8. I think it's still great. They just right. I hope there's just a sequel where they fix that problem because it is major towards the end of the game. But I mean they amazing post launch support, unbelievable amount of content. So and not it was a free game too. We got it on PlayStation Plus, so we got our money's worth. That's for sure. So yeah, highly recommend Core Keeper, just with that caveat. And then I also replayed a game that was kind of spoiled here because of YouTube. Spider-Man 2. I went back and played Spider-Man 2. You had tried Spider-Man Remastered, and somebody from our Discord server went back and started Spider-Man, and someone else was talking about Spider-Man 2, and so I was just like, you know what? I've played Spider-Man, the first one, 2 or 3 times, and I've played Miles Morales once. It's a much shorter experience. I'm like, but I don't really remember a whole lot about Spider-Man 2, so I'm going to go back and play it and see how I feel about it all this time after. And it's great. It's fantastic. Again, if you don't like Arkham style combat, you're not gonna like these games. But if you do like the Arkham style combat, it's fantastic. It gets better as you go. I will say I completely understand why it underwhelmed a lot of people. The second one, the story's great, the acting's great. There is a couple of weird spots where the dialogue and story get like super melodramatic, like overly so, where you're like, this is we don't need to go this deep, guys. It's Spider-Man. The first game I thought was perfect in terms of story. It was great. There was also a lot more villains in the first one. Like you had to the first game was all about the Sinister Six. So you had like I can't even remember. Yeah, I think you had Vulture, Shocker maybe, Doc Ock, Reptile. There was a bunch. There was a bunch of guys in that game. Whereas in this one, it's basically Kraven, Venom, reptile once. I think that's it. Like, so it's much more about like the story and the combat than the first game. The first game is so much more interesting with all the varied villains. The other thing is that this game's it's got a, I don't want to call it filler, but the last quarter of the game has so much combat that it gets really repetitive, where I was like exhausted by the end. I'm like, oh my god, how many more fights do I got? Like the combat's super fun. I love it, but after you've done, 18,000 fucking combats in a row, it's just like, okay, guys, can we move on?
Yeah.
So I completely understand why it underwhelmed a little bit, and the Venom stuff was a little wonky. This kind of Venom stuff was cool, but when you actually play as like Hulk Venom, Big Venom, the Venom we all know of, with the big tongue,
yeah,
that's definitely underwhelming. I am interested to know if the Venom game is still coming though, because that was the big rumor for a while, and then there was that leak which confirmed that there was a Venom game in development. But since that leak, we still haven't got any. We haven't got any games since that leak. Wolverine's finally coming out, so it's definitely possible that they've completely scrapped and reworked all those leaked games, and they're just like, oh, because the wind was taken out of their sails, kind of. But I really enjoyed it. It's definitely value for your money. You're going to get a lot of hours of content in there. There's so many cool Spider-Man suits. The graphics are unbelievable. Like, I just cannot believe how gorgeous this game is. It's so gorgeous. And just super fun to play. The Mary Jane section's not fun. God, I don't know why these developers feel like they need to shoehorn in these like little stealth sections. It's like, guys, no one wants to play Mary Jane when they play a Spider-Man game. I'm sorry. They don't. You want to play as the superhero. Like, look at that. Look how gorgeous this game is. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I loved it. It's fantastic. It is not as good as the first one. I definitely agree that it's not as good as the first one. But at the same time, it's fantastic. It's amazing. So it's really difficult for me to give it a score. I'm going to say an 8. On the AAA scale, it's an 8. On the video game scale, it's a 9. If that makes any sense. Like, if I'm comparing it to other AAA games, it falls short for sure. But as a game, it's an amazing piece of art that is so polished and gorgeous. And also having a deaf person in there that does sign language is really cool. However, there is a lot of people that speak sign language in the game, which I don't know about you, but I have met very few people that can speak sign language, and this game seems to have a lot of people that just are like, oh yeah, I speak sign language, how's it going? I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah, that's basically all I got. I have Life is Strange Reunion in my possession, the sequel to Double Exposure, which I reviewed on this show sometime in the last 6 months. So I'm playing through that, and there's a bunch of games I'm darting around. My buddy and I are going to play a game that I will talk about later in the show. I have Graveyard Keeper is free on Steam and PlayStation for a limited time, so I picked that up. So I'm gonna try that. It's like Stardew Valley if you ran a graveyard instead of a farm. That's pretty interesting.
Okay.
And then I'm replaying Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown because I forgot to replay it when the DLC came out, so I'm kind of just interested in replaying that. But I have nothing really to say about any of those until I get some significant time in. So, with that, let's move on to the Metacritic check-in. And the first game on the Metacritic check-in, I can't remember which ones we talked about and which ones we didn't last episode because it was 2 weeks ago. So if any of these are a repeat, my apologies. But this is Legacy of Kain Ascendance.
Yeah, so this actually ties in to me buying
The remaster.
the Defiance remaster.
Hmm.
For some bizarre reason, they released the remaster, but it wasn't going to be bundled with this until a month later.
Oh,
So I was waiting for that, and then this came out, and then I looked at what some people were saying about it, and it sounded like maybe it wasn't so great.
yeah.
So
It's not doing well.
yeah, so I was like, well, I'll just pull the trigger on the Defiance remaster and maybe wait for this to be,
More
you
looked
know,
at.
yeah,
Yeah. Critically 56.
yeah.
User score 28.
Ew.
So I don't know what the problem is. Let me see if there's any like obvious stuff here. Um, Gameplay is pretty good. Everything about Elalath
Main character, whatever her name is.
kind of sucks. It's baffling writing. The writing is terrible. Okay. I mean, it's a Metroidvania. I'm not too concerned with.
Yeah, but the characters are really interesting in these games, and if the writing for them is bad, that's
Hmm.
you know.
It says it's a terrible side scroller with lots of stun lock by bullshit. Barely perceptible attack animations. The story just insults every Legacy of Kain fan. Average gameplay with unique ideas where they shine is incredibly complex and beautiful, but sometimes. What? I don't know.
Also, if I was going to make a new Legacy of Kain game, this is about as far from what I would do with it as possible.
A Metroidvania.
It's truly bizarre that they went with like, oh, let's do a side scroller game.
I'm assuming they didn't know how well this series was going to be received, so they went with like a lighter approach.
Yeah, but then to make it bad.
But then to make it bad, yeah.
It's like,
weird because Crystal Dynamics made it, I think, which is strange. Like, pretty sure, right? Let's see.
yeah, but maybe I don't know who knows. Like
Yeah, Crystal
what
Dynamics
team?
and Bitbot and Freak Zone Games, and so, there's like 4 developers listed here. That's weird.
Yeah. It kind of sounds to me like maybe too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing, potentially.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be straight up. As a Legacy of Kain fan, I don't need the series to continue. Like, I feel like it wrapped up fairly well with the way that Defiance ends. They were wanting to do a sequel to that, but I don't know if a sequel was actually necessary story wise. I don't really feel like it would be necessary story wise. I could see where you could do it, but I don't think it would be like super essential. So I'm just happy to have these games in a format that's like playable on modern Windows because I mean Soul Reaver 1 kind of works and Defiance works relatively well, but Soul Reaver 2 did not work well at all. Soul Reaver the original Soul Reaver 2 executable is fucked if you try to play it on modern Windows. I don't think you can even jump. I think jumping just does not work.
Right.
Like core
would...
functions of gameplay just do not work on modern Windows. I've actually never seen a game that was that badly like broken, but still runs. Because like I've played the PC version of that game before on earlier versions of Windows, runs fine. But something about like Windows 10, it just does not work correctly. But it still boots and like
weird
functions.
That is weird.
Truly bizarre.
Well, that's a shame about Legacy Kain. Next up is Super Meat Boy 3D, a game I've been looking forward to. Sitting at a 75 critically and a 70 user score, so good, okay. Decent. The main complaint seems to be that it's difficult, which, duh, that's kind of the point of the game.
It's a game that is designed like look at this. It's a game that's designed for masochists.
Yeah. If you didn't like the first game, you're definitely not going to like the second one. The other problem people seem to have is being able to judge distance in 3D is a little bit more tricky.
Yeah.
Because the camera angles are fixed. And I can see that. I played the demo and I had a little bit of trouble with that, but I feel like it's something you overcome.
I mean, depending on how much you're bouncing around, like some of this footage I'm looking at, I'm hoping like, man, I really hope that bouncing is just sort of automated, because if I have to steer during that, I'm never going to be able to do that.
The bouncing?
Yeah, like there was a moment where Meat Boy was getting launched off of like bounce pads.
Oh.
It was right towards the end.
I mean, it bounces you up, and you fully control where you go.
Okay.
Like it's in air control. The bounce is basically just like yeah,
like the bounce pads like that. Like if I had to, it's trying to steer that and not just letting the bounce pad propel me in the correct direction and distance.
It does shoot you. It does shoot your momentum in a specific direction, but you have the ability to move in. You have full air control.
Okay.
So,
but if I could just like take my thumb off the stick and just let it do the work until I'm where I need to go again, and that's okay. But if I have to like steer around obstacles while bouncing like 3 times in a row, I'm not going to be able to do that. not for a game that's like one hit kill.
Yeah. I plan on playing it at some point, so I'll be able to give some feedback on that. Next up is Grime 2, a Souls-like Metroidvania. I think I played a demo for the first one. Wasn't really a fan, but obviously it's got enough fans to warrant a sequel. Doing okay. 79 critically, 73 user score.
Okay.
See some actual. There's some actual.
I like the art.
Yeah, the first game was pretty too.
Very colorful in places where it looks like it makes sense, and then very dark and contrasty in others. It all seems to work, at least just based on what I'm seeing here.
From a visual standpoint, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about the first game. I do know that it's very difficult. They call it a Souls-like Metroidvania because the combat is super challenging and it requires some super fine tuning reflexes. But I digress. Doing pretty well. We have an update on Darwin's Paradox, the Konami game featuring the intrepid octopus. Critically 73, user score 87. So people are liking it a lot more than the critics for some reason. So there's that. Another game I plan on playing at some point. A game that's not doing very well is I didn't even know this game was coming out. Pokemon Champions is out. I think it's like Pokemon Stadium, from what I can tell. But I don't really know. But it's for Switch 1 and mobile. 63 Metascore from critics, 50 from users.
Yeah, if this is like Pokemon Stadium, I'm not really sure what the point is. Because the whole point of Pokemon Stadium was you connect your Game Boy game to it, and now you get to see the Pokemon in 3D. But
now they're already in 3D.
They're already in 3D. So, like, what's the? Yeah, I have no idea.
No clue. But it's apparently not going well. Another one that's not going too well is Samson. This game looked really impressive in its original showing. But I watched the first 20 minutes of gameplay footage from this game, and I was like, "Oh, why are you like it was a deal they had with IGN to show the first 20 minutes of footage. It's part of like their IGN first program that they have, and like the footage was not good. Like it was not ready for public consumption. Like this is a game all about. It's kind of like Sifu Combat, where it's all about hard-hitting melee combat, right? And it looks good from like an artistic visual standpoint, but the animations just don't lock up. They don't link up. Half the time the guy, like the finishing punch it would, like, the guy would collapse before the punch would connect. You know,
Oh,
like just all that kind of just jank, like heavy jank, and I'm like, why are you doing an IGN first to showcase gameplay when it's not ready yet? And then they release the
yeah.
game. The game's out. And
Mm.
it's not ready.
Mm.
Critically 50, user score 56. And of course, we get the typical, you know, our apologies for the issues players are having. We promise to, it was always planned that this game was going to be updated and improved over time. And I'm like, then why wasn't it advertised as an early access game?
Yeah.
Because it's clearly not done, guys. It's clearly not done. I
Mm.
do not understand what happened. It's just obvious as hell looking at the combat footage, which is not in this trailer.
This sounds to me like we thought we'd have it done in time, but it turned out to be more complicated
Yeah,
than we
they needed at
expected,
least another 6 months minimum.
and we can't move the release date. Like, it's set in stone.
Yeah, very weird. And I was super excited about this game. Maybe in like 2 years it'll be good. Like, if it survives that long.
I mean, visually, it's very impressive,
right?
looking.
And it's an open world game like GTA. It's crazy. Like, it's really big in scope, but maybe too big in scope, because
It kind of makes me think, like, it almost looks like they scanned environments
let me see if I can
and
find
and use that for the game, because those look really, really real.
What's the game called? Samson first 20 minutes. Yeah, let me see let me show you what I'm talking about here. So, like, all this looks good, right? Like, visually,
Yeah.
it's impressive, right? It's like, holy crap, this looks like a AAA game.
Yeah, looks great.
But then you get into the combat, and you're like, what? Let's see. Like, it runs well too. It's not okay. So here's some fist combat, right?
Ooh.
Like, that was it. That was the combat for that fight.
It looked like the guy dodged, but still got hit by the punch.
See, look at that.
I don't know. It's also like you've got your main character in front of the enemy, so it's like, how am I supposed to see what the enemy's doing and respond to that?
Yeah, it's almost like the camera should be shifted even more,
Yeah.
off to the side. There's also some major clipping issues too. I think one of these fights.
Apparently the reason why so many of the bosses in the Souls games, even if they're just like human enemies, are larger than the player character, so that you can see what their arms are doing,
right?
When your character doesn't cover them up.
Right. Like, see what I mean? Like, that. Like,
was that okay? Was that a performance issue with the game, or was that?
No, what? Like what? Like, his fists don't even hit the guy. The guy's off to the right. Watch.
Okay, so what I saw was there was just
Boom.
like a
See?
big like freeze. It froze for like 3 seconds,
no.
so I wasn't sure if that was a performance issue in the game. Or
No, that's just us probably.
Video.
Yeah, it's just us. I think the major clipping issue is like right around the corner here. But like,
the way his hair bounces around is pretty realistic.
Oh, it's super impressive. Yeah.
Often.
When he does a kick,
the way,
and his head like bashes
the way that like the jacket wrinkles as he moves around and the lighting plays off of it, it looks really good. But
it's really impressive. But the animation is just the prop. Like, look, like look, like what was that?
What was that? Did he just do like a pressure point like poke, and then he delayed reaction?
No, and then this one. Look at this one.
What?
See what I mean? Like, it's just not done.
The guy flew off before he had completed the punch that would have thrown him off.
Right?
It's like the effect is being applied at the beginning of the animation, like the damage.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the animation, rather than at the end or at the point where the fist would logically impact in the animation.
Yeah, there's clearly some fine tuning that they need to do to this combat, because it's just like, look at like fists going through them.
Regular tuning. It's not fine tuning. It's just tuning at all.
Yeah, like when you land a finishing blow on an enemy in a melee combat game, like you need to feel like you owned that guy, you know. But these guys are just like putty. They just fall. They're just like, okay, I'm dead.
They just kind of slump over.
Yeah, like that doesn't. That's not how it works. There's momentum and shit going on.
Man, this lighting sure is nice though.
It's so disappointing because of that, right? Because it's like, oh, yeah, here comes the huge clipping
It
issue. Watch
feels like
this.
they spent all of their
Look at
time
that. Look at
building
that.
their environment, and oh my god,
Like
that's the worst one yet.
right? Like I just, how did you think that this was going to be acceptable? Like I just don't understand. Like yeah, your game looks pretty, but
it's like they spend all of their resources on making the game look like stupendous, which I mean, mission accomplished.
Job completed.
Yeah, exactly. But actually making the game fun seems to be something they missed the mark on.
Yeah, super disappointing. Again, I really hope that it makes a comeback and it ends up being really good, but not great so far.
I get the feeling you're going to see that kicking the door open animation a lot.
Yeah, rip that hair back. You got to show that hair animation.
Yeah.
All right, and the last game on the Metacritic check-in is a game I've heard of but not seen, and it's called Minos. It's a game where you play as a minotaur in the maze, and the heroes are coming to get you, and you got to like strength up in the maze and lay traps and all this kind of stuff, and looks interesting. Early reviews critically 77. Lots of 70s today.
Yeah,
lots of 70s today. That's you. Here comes the heroes trying to kill you. Slay the famous monster for glory, gold, and fame. Stuff. It's got a sense of humor, obviously.
Got a bit of a dungeon keeper thing going on. You make the dungeon, you're the monster at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, you basically have to like hide for as long as humanly possible and let the traps do all the work. And the longer you wait, or the longer you survive, the more strength you get to actually fight them yourself. Mm-hmm. But if you're seen, if you're seen, then the people all be like, "Hey, he's over here," and then they all come rushing for you. So interesting. I think I played the demo a long time ago. And that's it for the Metacritic check-in. Let's get to the news. Starting with Epic. Fortnite in the news again. Nothing official yet, but apparently, reportedly, Disney is keen on buying Epic Games, which includes Fortnite. The claim comes from veteran tech reporter Alex Heath via the Town podcast, who said that senior executives are waiting for the right moment to make a bid for the metaverse game following Disney's prior $1.5 billion investment in developer Epic Games. Obviously, Fortnite is the jewel.
Are they going to have to buy out Tencent's stake in Epic? Because doesn't Tencent own like 40% of Epic?
Does Tencent own Epic? Oh, wow. 40%.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy. Fortnite is the jewel in the crown of Epic's portfolio alongside its pervasive development toolkit Unreal Engine and a significant money spinner.
It's the only thing in their portfolio right now. They haven't done anything but Fortnite for years.
Yeah, I don't know what they've done recently. But
got rid of the Unreal games off digital storefronts.
Yeah, really weird. But the past year has been rocky for the game, something that led to Epic Games shedding 1,000 staff members last week, due in part to downturn engagement through 2025.
Including someone who has brain cancer and needed that health insurance.
Indeed. Did we talk about that? I think we talked about that on the last episode. I'm pretty sure.
No, because I believe it happened during the week that we were on break. Maybe? I don't remember.
I don't remember now. Disney, meanwhile, is already heavily invested in Fortnite with dozens of character skins and crossovers already part of the game, including Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, and Disney. And long-awaited Disney-specific mode that's set to offer fans a place to watch, create, and shop for Disney stuff.
You play our game and then buy these skins and then go to this place where you can buy more stuff. It's not that it's you can buy them on the menu. It creates a space. Like you go into a virtual store and
So
Jesus
he,
fucking Christ.
this comes at a funny time because I don't think I don't think I talked about this because we missed a week. So I play RedSec Battlefield 6 RedSec quite a bit, but we stopped playing for a little bit, and then we came back, and there's like nobody playing the game post marathon. So it seems like people have moved on from Battlefield 6, at least on console. Because when we played it without crossplay on, maximum we got like 5 people in the lobby, and you need a lot more than that in order to get a game going. And then we turned crossplay on, and it was instant. So it seems like the console versions of RedSec are just dead in the water. So I gave up on that, and then a few days went by, and I was like, dude, we need a RedSec replacement. And I was like, oh, you play Fortnite, don't you? Can you teach me how to play? So we played a few games of it, and I was like, this is actually kind of fun. The no build battle royale part is fun. And then I was
the part that takes away everything that made it different from other games.
When it's just when it's just a third person shooter, it's quite enjoyable.
It's most enjoyable when it has the least amount of its own identity.
Yeah. Although
that's disgusting and depressing.
But if I was to go play the battle royale with the building, I'd get wrecked, because the people that do that are like fucking architects. They're crazy. They build so fast.
Yeah, so a bullet whizzes past them and they immediately have an Empire State Building.
Yeah,
because they've memorized what keys to hit in what order to just build things all around them.
Exactly. So we played the no build version, and we did really well. We were in the top 5 of the battle royale like every time, so except for once. At least in that initial play session. So I was having a lot of fun, and I leveled up several times, and I went to find out what I unlocked, because I was like, I'm using the default avatar and it looks really stupid and boring, and everyone else is running around just like fucking the Green Power Ranger and Spider-Man and like all this other cool stuff. And then I realized that you can't get any of the skins unless you pay real money, and I'm like, well, that's fucking dumb.
I get those V-Bucks.
Yeah, I gotta get those V-Bucks. I'm like, that's fuck. No wonder this thing makes as much money as it does.
Something just occurred to me.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely everything about Fortnite is pulled from something else. There's not a single original thought in this game. So this was originally going to be a crafting and survival game. So it was a riff on Minecraft's success, right? It was chasing that trend. But then by that point, the trend had moved on. Dude, kind of. There were fucking zombies in it. Like
it was like 100%. A crafting, building, and tower defense kind of a thing, where like at night the creatures of the world would attack your base.
Then people had moved on from that trend, and now it was battle royale. So they rebuilt the game as a battle royale with all the assets that they had, and then like all the new characters and stuff, they're licensed from like other properties and stuff. There's nothing about this game that's original. It's
the biggest crossover of all time. Basically.
But they've done nothing here except create the technology behind it. Everything else is just either stuff that they like trends they were chasing or stuff that they've licensed from other people. And it's like the one original thing about it, the engine, they've removed the games that gave that engine its name from sale. They've basically killed the one thing that this game is part, like the legacy that this game is a part of, like that lineage of their technology.
Doesn't it use Unreal Engine 5? I think.
Yeah, but you can't get the original Unreal games anymore. Like you can't get Unreal 1 or 2 or Unreal Tournament. Like they just.
Oh, you're saying Epic. Epic is doing that.
Yeah, Epic's taking them off of storefronts. If you already have them, you can still play them. But if you don't, well, I believe they've just said just go pirate it now, effectively.
Jesus.
Like they don't care.
It might be on Good Old Games. Let me see.
I don't think it's even there.
Really?
Yeah, but anyway, just the fact that there's nothing original about this game except the engine, and you can't buy the game that gave the engine its name anymore is like really, really just.
Well, they're going to pay for it eventually, because Fortnite's not going to be around forever. Eventually, kids are going to move on to something else, and one other amusing thing, now that you mentioned like how much it's just a game that has sucked everything around it into itself. Is it's not just Fortnite anymore. Fortnite is a platform. It's not just a game.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like Roblox. So you go in there and there's
Yeah.
like 1,000 other games that you can play within the game, and it's like holy shit, you know. Can't blame them though for making the shitload of money that they did. I mean, they made billions of dollars from one
Yeah,
game,
yeah, yeah. I mean, but
but
it's at that same time. It's like,
it's not art.
why
It's a
would you?
corporate
Why?
money grab.
And like, I understand. Like, Epic has less than have 1,000 less people than they did
Yeah.
a few weeks ago. But I was saying they have thousands of people. Those people have got to get paid, unless you lay them off, of course. Um, and when you're making the technology that like half of the game industry uses, you're kind of too big to fail. Like, can you imagine if Epic went out of business and then all the companies that rely on Unreal Engine don't have support for Unreal Engine anymore? Like, that would be catastrophic.
Yeah.
But they have like basically an infinite money machine, and they can't even be bothered to say, "Oh yeah, we'll leave Unreal up for sale on Steam." There's probably like only 2 or 3 people who buy it a year, but it's like, what is it really costing them to do that? And even if it is, they have unlimited money. Like, it drives me insane.
Yeah. Well, they'll have to pivot eventually. Nothing lasts
I
forever, and
guess.
Fortnite won't either. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do once Fortnite stops becoming or stops being the money printing machine. Because they could Fortnite could just eventually go into maintenance mode, and they'll just let it sit there and collect money that it can make, and then
Well,
Unreal
the
Engine will
thing
be their
is,
focus.
the thing with that is, eventually you'll get to a point where everybody has spent enough money to buy
Mhm.
all the skins. If you're not adding anything new, there's a plateau for how much money that game can make, because they don't charge a fee to play it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So eventually
Eventually, it would
everyone
shut
will have
down.
purchased all of the microtransactions, and they won't be making any money off of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an inevitability that the game's gonna die.
Yeah. And the licenses for all that like all that third party content and characters and everything, like, those licenses aren't going to be in perpetuity. Like, it's probably, you have 10 years, like we saw The Rock there, right? There's probably a deal with The Rock that they can have The Rock as a playable character for 10 years, and then after that they either have to work out a new licensing deal or remove him from the game. I mean, we've seen this happen with games. GTA 4, like, years after it came out, there was a patch that removed a bunch of licensed music because the term of that license had expired. The licensing period for like
Yeah,
10
can you
years or
imagine
whatever.
paying for a skin and then 7 years later they take it away from you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very strange. I would hope.
Mm.
I would hope that those agreements are like 20-year agreements or something crazy. Because like, can you imagine like how pissed off people would be all of a sudden? Like stuff they paid for just goes away. Like it's one thing where
Yeah, the
I would
the only
hope.
thing would be is if, like, they say, like, "Oh, well, if you bought it, you can
Yeah,
still have it,
and
but you
here's
won't be able to buy it anymore."
well, here's the thing: is the way Fortnite works is that the skins are cycled. So once the skins are gone, you can't buy them again. They're only on sale for like a limited time. That's what this trailer is. So this trailer is showing all of the skins that are currently available. Once this season's over, those skins are gone. So if you didn't get them, then it's too bad.
Oh,
Because
so they're exploiting FOMO as well.
yeah,
Jesus Christ. This
yeah.
is
Because I asked.
My disgust for this game just grows the more that we talk about it.
Oh yeah, it's just a money pit. Absolutely. Because I
Like,
was
every
talking
time
to.
I think that I could not possibly have more disdain for Fortnite, some new information comes to light.
Yeah, because I asked Cole because I saw somebody with the Gold Ranger outfit, which is crazy. That's
Yeah,
such a
it'd be sick to have that in a game.
it's such a deep pull. I was like, why would the Gold Ranger like of all like I could understand the Green Ranger and the original
Green
Power
Ranger,
Rangers, but
Red
the
Ranger,
Gold
whatever,
Ranger?
but Gold Ranger.
Yeah, that's pretty deep cut. And he's like, well, you can't get it anymore because you'd have to get it when it was available. And I'm like, oh, so maybe the license is that if you buy it you have it in perpetuity as long as the game is still running, kind of a thing.
Maybe.
Maybe that's the deal that they make with these licenses. Who knows? But yeah. So crazy. We haven't seen any official announcement about Disney purchasing it yet, but it sounds like they're at least tossing the idea around that they want to buy it out. So
if the United States still had a functioning federal government, then the FTC would at least hopefully step in and say, "Nah, what the fuck." I wouldn't even have like, no matter who's president, I wouldn't even have confidence in that, because the fact that Disney was allowed to buy 20th Century Fox and the FTC didn't say fuck no, that's monopoly. You know, you can't have that kind of monopoly. It was insane. Like as soon as the 20th Century Fox buyout happened, I knew like, oh, there's never good. We're just back to the era of insane corporate monopolies, and there's it's like, what you get like one of the biggest movie studios in the world buying one of the other biggest movie studios in the world, and
no one
the
bats an
FTC
eye.
doesn't shut that shit down. Yeah.
Same thing with Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. You know, it was,
Yeah, exactly. But like that's why I was like, oh yeah, that's probably going to happen, because if they didn't stop Disney from buying Fox, there's not going to stop Microsoft from buying Activision.
Yeah. I think it would be a mistake though for Disney to do it. I don't think it's a smart investment, because Fortnite's already peaked. So like, why would you buy it after it peaked? Seems like a stupid idea to me. Like,
this was the thing that they should have bought like 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. It's like, why would you buy it now
when it was still up and coming?
Yeah, if it's going
because
down,
number one,
like, why would
you
buy
would have
it?
had a much longer future with it. Number two, you would have gotten it at a fraction of the price. Like remember when Facebook bought Instagram for like $1 billion, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's such an insane amount of money." Actually, it was a pretty good deal, because Instagram has only become more popular since they bought it, and more successful since they bought it. If they'd waited 5 years, they probably would have paid $5 billion for it instead of $1 billion. You know, they recognized that it was a steal at $1 billion, and they took it. Or like when Google bought YouTube for a few $100 million, however it was.
Crazy.
Like if they tried to buy YouTube today, like it would probably cost them like $20 billion. They recognized, oh, this has potential, and they got in early before it was like super valuable. They saw the potential value, and here we are. It's the dominant video platform, and has been for
apparently
almost 20 years now.
As of this year, YouTube is estimated to be worth between 475 to 550 billion. So it's worth a fuckload of money.
Yeah.
All
really smart investment. As much as I hate this platform, the way that they do business, I can't deny that it was a smart move by Google to recognize the potential and buy it before it cost 100 times more.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Deus Ex and Tomb Raider developer Eidos Montreal has announced a wave of layoffs, alongside the departure of head of studio David Anfossi, I believe is how you say his name. The Embracer Group developer confirmed a significant reduction to its workforce with a social media post. This message comes with the confirmation that 124 employees across its production and support teams is a result of changing project needs. Today is a difficult day for a studio and affects the need to adapt and concentrate efforts where Eidos Montreal can be most effective, blah, 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 corporate speak. However, there has been new information that is not confirmed, which is why I'm not using it as a full separate article this time, but it is the rumor at the moment that the studio was working on a project for the last 7 years since Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which you can see here, and it was recently canceled, and that's why these layoffs are occurring.
Does it give any indication what that project was, or?
I don't think it had too many details. Like it's currently, apparently the game was called Wildlands. It was an open world action game that started development in 2019. But was recently canceled. It was previously known as Project P11, third-person open-world action adventure featuring a character named River who used magic to fight spirits. That's about all the details I can find. Now, this also follows a confirmation that they canceled a new Deus Ex game in 2024. So it seems like they can't seem to get any projects off the ground. So that seems to be the reason behind the cancellation or behind the layoffs. They can't ship a product. They're just having it. I don't know what it is with the AAA developers anymore. Why can no one ship a product? Like, what's happening? Are games getting so complicated that they can't do them?
The demand for something to be like the demand for everything to be, the biggest hit of the year. It's like if your game doesn't sell 10 million copies and make us $1 billion, then it's a failure.
Yeah.
And the pressure to make everything a mega hit is just it's an ambition that's just too lofty for most teams to hit.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see some of the footage from that game, just to see what it was all about. 7 years is a long time to be in development, even by today's standards.
Yeah.
No new head of studio has been named yet. Details regarding the reasoning for Ann Fosse's departure after 19 years at the company and where he may be headed next remains unclear. So I assume we'll probably get more details about what's going on over at Eidos Montreal at some point soon. So our thoughts go out to all the people affected, as always. Which is sad that I need to say as always because it's so common, but it is what it is. Next up, I found this interesting. The director of The Last of Us Online spinoff that was canceled has spoken out on its devastating impact of the cancellation's devastating impact. Which he was only informed about the cancellation 24 hours before Sony made the announcement that it was canceled.
Yeah, it seems to be the way to do it.
Yeah.
Just take everyone by surprise.
Yeah. So the interview's long, but there was a couple of pieces of information that I wanted to share because I thought it was interesting. Let me just scroll down and find it here. So I don't have the exact quote. Let me see if I can find the exact quote. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So this is a quote from the director who was on the Lance E. Lee podcast from Tokyo. He said, quote, "What happened was during COVID, the game industry saw a huge growth because everyone was at home. So in 2020, money was flooding into the game industry because people were playing a lot more games all of a sudden because everyone's at home. What else did they have to do? Not just that, but online games specifically saw a huge boost because people wanted to play with their friends. They couldn't see their friends, so they had to play online with their friends. So online games got a huge boon. So Sony decided to put a lot of money into online gaming like everyone else. And so that was part of why The Last of Us multiplayer got funded. And we got off the ground and we made a lot of progress. And the game was doing really, really well internally. In fact, we developed it almost to 80% completion. It was very close to done. But then all the forces that pushed the game industry in 2020 were reasons it started declining in 2022, 2023, and obviously continued into 2024, 2025, and now 2026 because we're still feeling the effects of that. So as people returned to the office, suddenly people didn't have as much time to play games. That spending reduced, the economy also went down, and so all that money that flooded into the game industry was not going to be able to sustain. Because money was getting pulled out, they also had to wait, what? Let me reread that. Because money was getting pulled out, they had to also kind of collapse the spending they'd spent. They overspent, basically. They were overzealous, which I can tell you firsthand, working for a communications company, that they overspent during COVID. They overhired because there was just so many customers. People that were previously either didn't have internet at home or they had basic internet to do email. All of a sudden, they want
Yeah.
to do Netflix streaming, and they want to do everything online. And so
Mhm.
we were inundated with new customers to the point where we couldn't keep up with the demand from a phone call perspective. So they went on this hiring spree, and then when COVID ended, well, now everyone's canceling because they don't need it anymore, and all of a sudden you have tons of layoffs, which I was a victim of one of those layoffs.
Yeah.
And they just, like, I can't remember specifically, but like we lost hundreds of thousands of customers after COVID went away, and people
Jeez.
returned to the home because that's how many people don't rely on the internet. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Good for them though. The internet's a bad place.
Yeah.
The article continues here. Naughty Dog had to make a choice between The Last of Us Online and its single-player adventure Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. The decision, as we know, was to go with Intergalactic. And so one of the casualties of that was this game I was directing. Basically, at one point, a decision had to be made. Okay, make this game or make the next game that Neil Druckmann was directing, the president of the company. And so kind of naturally, you can understand what happened there. They had to pick the game that was kind of the sole bread and butter of the studio, rather than this experimental game that I was working on that I believe was going to be really big, but unfortunately couldn't see the light of day. At this point, the director revealed the true impact of Last of Us Online's cancellation had on him. He described it as devastating and soul-crushing, not because of how long he'd worked on it, but because about how he found out about it, and because of how personal the project was for him. He goes on to share a personal story, which I will skip. If you want to read the article, I will include it in the description. But it's a pretty lengthy personal story of something he went through and why The Last of Us Online was so therapeutic, might be a good word to insert here. But one thing he said is very interesting. Where is it here? Oh yeah, so the idea for The Last of Us Online came from Naughty Dog, and they really wanted to make it, said Shuhei Yoshida, who was a First Party Studios executive producer, something like that, when he was at PlayStation. He's not there anymore, though, but he had done an interview as well. He said, but Bungie explained to Naughty Dog what it takes to make live service games, and Naughty Dog realized, oops, we can't do that. If we do that, we can't make Intergalactic. So that was a lack of foresight on Naughty Dog's part. Interestingly, though, and this is something that doesn't seem to be making the rounds, is that the director who was let go after that project was canceled has quietly made his own studio and is working on a spiritual successor to The Last of Us Online. So I'm very interested to see where that goes. Let me see if I can find the name of that just so I can give it a shout out here. So the director's name was, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of his name, apologies in advance, Vinit Agarwal. And his new studio is launching in Japan, which is interesting. And what's the studio's name? I know he said the name of it. Like, this all went up really under the radar for some strange reason. Maybe he didn't name it yet. No, he hasn't. I don't think he's revealed the name yet. Like, it's really early. But yeah, so he's opening up a studio in Japan to make a spiritual successor to the game he was working on for Naughty Dog. So I find that very interesting. And the more interesting part is the story that he tells about why the game is so important to him. So highly recommend you go check out and read that interview. Link will be in the description. Okay, that was a lot. Next up. Looks like Sony is testing a new PlayStation 5 dashboard UI design, and fans hope full themes are next. A new PlayStation 5 update is testing a fresh design for the console's dashboard. Several PlayStation 5 owners have now reported seeing the updated dashboard when powering on their console, after previously have been signed up for the PlayStation 5 beta program. The refreshed look, it basically looks exactly the same as it does now, except everything is moved to the top of the screen. So like right now, the cross media bar is kind of like in the middle ish,
Mhm.
right? Everything's moved up to the top, and then there's like a sub bar at the top, which still it exists right now, which you'll see here. That's why I brought this up here. Let me see if I can bring up the cross media bar. That's not the cross media bar. Here we go. So this is what it looks like right now, right? So,
Mhm.
except everything's kind of like more in the middle. I don't know why they're this high, but this is the significant change here. So right now it's just games and media. So like games is just all your game stuff, including the PlayStation Store, PlayStation Plus, etc.
Mhm.
Media is like Plex, Netflix, etc. Right? Instead of that, now at the top is PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Store, and a whole host of other options that I can't tell what they are. So it seems like a small change, but one that would probably give you quicker access to the things that you're looking for. It looks like one of the options is input. Oh, one of them might be library, which is probably a great idea to make your library quicker to access. And then it
Yeah.
looks like media is the other one. Um, I don't think they're bringing themes back though. I don't think they care about giving people themes for some reason.
Yeah.
I
I think if they did, they would have done it already.
Yeah, they skipped out on it on PS4. I think PS3 was when there was more themes.
PS3 had like a billion themes.
Yeah, but I thought I would point that out. Kind of interesting that they're toying around with new UI. I'm sure that that's not the only change, but that seems to be the significant change that I can see from the pictures that have leaked. If I am in the beta program and I haven't seen that update yet, so if I do, I'll report on it next week. Next up, the filmmakers behind Final Destination: Bloodlines will direct a live-action feature film adaptation of Metal Gear Solid. I don't know how
Okay.
I don't know how you feel about that. According to the
We'll
Hollywood,
see if that actually comes to fruition or not, because that's not the first time I've heard that.
yeah, just like the Halo movie, right?
Yeah.
According to the Hollywood Reporter,
Or
the
the
duo,
Metroid movie
yeah.
that
Well,
had John Woo as a producer.
I think we'll get a Metroid movie now that Nintendo's in that realm. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the duo are making the Metal Gear Solid movie for Sony's Columbia Pictures as part of a first look deal between Sony Pictures and Wonder Lab, which is Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein's new production company. There's really nothing here. It does mention your comment about the movie being in development hell. It was first announced back in 2012. Um, Looks like the guy behind Kong Skull Island was previously attached to direct it.
Yeah,
Um,
I was just looking up like who
yeah, Jordan Vogt
uh
Roberts.
yeah. Yeah, I was like because I know he was in Death Stranding. I was like, what who is that guy? I can't remember his name.
And Oscar Isaac had been attached to star in that version of the
That I do
movie.
remember.
No word on if Lipovsky and Stein would still want Isaac to star in it. Um, but yeah, we'll see if anything comes of that. Thought it was worth mentioning. This one I
Mhm.
found interesting, and I'm actually kind of excited about this next one. The new Professor Layton game, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, is coming to PC via Steam and Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 and PlayStation 5. In a new video, the Japanese company committed to a simultaneous multi-platform release worldwide in 2026. No mention of an Xbox Series X or S version was mentioned. Little redundant sentence there. So I've never played a Professor Layton game.
Neither have I.
I've always wanted to because I love puzzles. I love puzzle games.
I think that the games are visually gorgeous,
Yeah,
but I've just yeah
never got
never
around to
played
them.
any of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that this is coming to PC and PlayStation 5, I'm on board. Hopefully it's good. It definitely looks pretty. Is
Oh yeah.
there any actual gameplay? Host of all new puzzles. Can you solve them all? Probably not. I'm not smart enough. And there's just a lot of anime
Something
stuff.
that I've noticed with Japanese game trailers is that they have a lot of like text cards.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah. So I don't think it has a release date besides this year, sometime in 2026. So keep our eyes out for that. All right, now we just have some quick ones here. First of all, Nintendo Online has a new set of NES games, as you can see here. Pac-Man for the NES.
Okay.
Sure, why
Sure.
not? And then I don't know what these other ones are. Mendel Palace.
I'm not familiar with that.
No clue. No clue what this is, but that's coming too. And then Draga.
Hour of Draga. Yeah.
Tower of Draga. Yeah.
It's a Namco game.
Well, there we go. So they will let's see, are they out now? I don't know. They'll be on Nintendo Online either now or yeah, it's now. They're up now. So you can go play them if you have Nintendo Online. PlayStation Plus games for April 2026 have been announced, and they're already out.
I heard that Quest 64 was coming to the N64 selection.
Oh, good lord! God help those kids.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know who in their right mind would say, "Yeah, let's get Quest 64."
To be fair, they did put Virtual Boy games on there. All of them.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know, man. So PlayStation Plus April 2026 games are out now, and they include the game you're seeing here, which is Lords of the Fallen, which is the game I was going to mention at this point in the show, because apparently it has co-op, full seamless co-op now. So that is a Souls-like with full co-op. So count me on board. I want to give this a go. Maybe I'll be able to get through a Souls game that's not Elden Ring. I mean, it's not From Software, but it's a Souls-like. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. Probably next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. Also, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered is also available for free. I downloaded and played that one. It has that cool feature where you can swap between the PS1 graphics and the remaster graphics. Very cool, very cool.
The Legacy of Kain remasters have that as well.
So cool. Love that stuff.
Bizarrely mapped to clicking in the right stick.
Oh.
I'm not sure why they decided to put it there, but
it's the options button on PlayStation for Tomb Raider, which is the start button, or the pause button. Press pause. You asked me at some point. You wonder what they're gonna do with the new Warlock class in Diablo 2 for that. Remember how you could do that, the graphics swap?
Yeah.
In Diablo 2, you wondered what they were gonna do with the Warlock since it's new. You just can't do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just disabled. Yeah.
If you're playing as the Warlock, or I guess in a game with a Warlock.
Yeah, so the Reign of the Warlock is basically a mini expansion. I don't know if what kind of extra content is in there because I haven't played the full thing yet. But it seems like it's added more than just a class, and because we know that it's added items because there's books, there's tomes. It's new.
Kind of lame. Like if they've got the high res 3D asset or whatever, why don't they just create a downscaled version that's like really pixelated to match the? Because those character graphics were always 3D models that had been converted into 2D sprites.
Too much work, I guess.
Too much work.
I'm making excuses. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
You could probably automate that with a script nowadays.
Yeah, so when you go to create a character, it will ask you, do you want to play in Legacy, Expansion, or Reign of the Warlock mode? So I'm assuming that Reign of the Warlock mode includes all the new items and stuff, maybe, and maybe some new enemies, maybe. I'd have to play the full game to see if new enemies have been added. But I'm assuming that's why they did it that way. Maybe some balancing changes too.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. If that's the case, that's actually kind of cool that you could just play the game like old school style,
Mhm.
or play it with the. Although I mean, they made a ton of balance changes over the lifetime of that game. I never played it with synergies because I just like I don't remember how you updated that game back in the day, but I guess I never
Synergies?
did it. Yeah, like their abilities, points in certain abilities would boost the power of other related abilities.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was a mechanic that wasn't in the game at launch. They added it in a patch
Oh.
later on, but because I never played anything but the launch version that was on my disc,
Hmm.
I
Interesting.
never experienced that mechanic.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, it's just a numbers thing, but
Yeah, it's just a numbers thing. It's not
yeah.
like you don't already get completely fucking overpowered in that game
Yeah.
by
But
the
it is
average
cool that
player.
you can play like three different versions of the game.
Mhm,
The original version, the
mhm,
expansion, and then the modern version, I guess.
yeah.
Pretty cool. And then Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream is also included in the lineup, which I mean, whatever. I don't care. There's always one game I really am interested in these free
Mhm.
lineups. One game I'm like, I'll give that a try, and then there's one where I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
Um,
Sword Art Online is one of those fake MMO games because it's a
yeah,
it's a story about
people
people
in an
stuck
MMO.
in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is just that's what dot hack was like 25 years ago.
yeah.
Um, so it's like, oh no, we're stuck in the MMO. Like, yeah, I played that game and watched that anime back on
Mhm.
the PS2.
Yep. Next up is Xbox Game Pass April Wave 1 lineup. So the following games are being added to Game Pass in one way or another. So DayZ on PC
Wow.
is, as of this recording, on Game Pass, joining Game Pass Ultimate,
You can
Premium,
go see the
Essential,
birth
PC.
of the battle royale genre.
Yep. Endless Legend in early access, or sorry, Endless Legend 2 early access on PC.
How can you have
Um,
Endless Legend 2? That implies that the legend ended and then they started another one.
it's true. It's true.
He
Uh,
also the Neverending Story 2 and 3
yep.
and Final Fantasy 10 billion.
10 billion. Yeah. FBC Firebreak is now on Game Pass for those that
It is
care.
I'm surprised to learn that FBC Firebreak still is.
Yeah, exactly. Planet Coaster 2 is now on Game Pass.
I heard that's Planet Coaster is a good game.
It's very complex.
Yeah.
if you like Roller Coaster Tycoon, you'll probably like Planet Coaster,
I
but
have
you'll
seen people draw pictures with the editing tools in that game.
oh yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
It's crazy. Something called Tiny Bookshop is out on Game Pass now. Coming on the 13th is Football Manager 26 on PC.
Is that football or soccer football?
I believe soccer football question mark. Yes.
It's
Yes. Yes.
such an
Soccer.
unfortunate choice of name for a sport.
Blame the Americans. You
Yeah, I
you
mean it does make more sense as a name for soccer, but
yes, it does. The name, and it makes no sense for the name of football. There's literally like
there's one
0.5% of the
circumstance
game
in which
uses
you
your foot.
use the foot.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, for the ball at least. I mean, you're on your feet all the
Yeah.
time, but where foot meets ball, which is literally what the name is, it only happens when you're doing like a kickoff.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Stupid name.
Hmm.
Football
That's only worth
Manager.
like 1 point, I think. I don't know much about football.
I think it can be made. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'll just sound like an idiot. Uh, Hades 2 joins Xbox Game Pass on April 14th.
Although I guess technically with soccer, it is also 1 point as well.
True story. The game you're seeing here, Replaced, finally launches on April 14th. Day one on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Cannot wait to play Replaced. Cannot wait. I wish I had Game Pass just so I could play this game. The Thaumaturge also joins Game Pass Ultimate, Premium, and PC Game Pass on April 14th. That game's interesting. It's like a fantasy murder mystery with turn-based combat. It's really weird.
Hmm.
I recommend checking out the demo. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Hmm.
Uh Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered is on Game Pass Premium, joining Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass on April 16th. EA Sports NHL 26 launches on Game
That
Pass.
is a tortured name.
EA Sports NHL.
NHL.
Yeah. Well, everyone just calls
NHL Hockey 2026.
I think everyone just calls it NHL 26 or NHL 25. Yeah. April 16th, Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which I assume is the original. Or no, not the original. I'm assuming that's the remake. Because
remake of Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
But not to be confused with Modern Warfare 2, that is a sequel.
Yeah, who knows?
And Modern Warfare 3, that is this. It's a different game. It's not just a remake. It's a sequel, but it's also called. But I can't follow it. I can't follow
either.
it.
I'm trying to find out if it's.
It's insane that there have they started adding subtitles to Call of Duty games because they were having too many numbers. Like it was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which would be Call of Duty 5. They're up to Black Ops 7 now. They never got to 7 in just the main series.
I know. It's gross. It is the remake. Or the reboot, whatever you want to call it. April 17th to Game Pass Ultimate Premium and PC. Little Rocket Lab, April 21st, now with Game Pass Premium, joining a Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. That one's a cute game. I played a little bit of it. It's an isometric crafting game where it's kind of like a simpler Factorio type of game, but with like a cute story and characters. No idea what this one is. Sopa, Tale of the Stolen Potato. Joins Game Pass Premium.
If the potato is stolen, does that mean it's a hot potato?
Oh!
Ooh,
see what you did there. I have no idea. The game is 3 hours long, so I have no idea what kind of game it is.
Portal's 3 hours long.
True. April 21st, Game Pass Premium, Ultimate, and PC Game Pass. The long-awaited and I cannot wait for it, Vampire Crawlers debuts on Game Pass April 21st, Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. And Kiln, another day one game, April 23rd, Game Pass Ultimate, PC Game Pass. I don't care what anyone says, man. That's a fuckload of games for $25.
It is, yeah. It's
plus the back catalog that's already in there. Like, the people like I understand everyone wants to complain when there's a price increase, but it's still a good deal, guys. I'm sorry, it is. It's still a great deal. Games leaving Xbox Game Pass in April include Ashen, Euden Chronicle. Is that how you say it? Euden Chronicle, 100 Heroes. Euden. I don't know. GTA 5. My Little Pony: A Zephyr Heights Mystery.
Oh no.
And the early access version of Terra Invicta also leaving Game Pass.
Why is it always horse games? Like the Barbie horse games?
It's a good question. I don't know. I guess they're popular on Game Pass.
I guess.
And then our final story is just a Humble Bundle for April 2026 for those interested in the Humble Bundle. This month includes Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Daemon Ex Machina Titanic Scion. Jesus. The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, which is what you're seeing here. Until Then, Planet of Lana, which I highly recommend. I've talked about that on the show quite a bit.
You can do it.
Artisan? How do you say that word? Is it artisan or artesian?
Artisan.
Artisan Tower Defense. The Procession to Cavalry, Buddy Simulator 1984, and of course a free month of IGN Plus. And that's it for the news. Whew. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
But
I hope your eyes still work.
Yeah, I hope my eyes still work because it's time for
Give it about.
Starting with this. Whatever this is.
I don't know.
No clue.
More information is needed.
Is it a wall? Is it a couch? Is it a floor? I don't fucking. I have no idea. Need more info. 82% Metacritic.
Is this the Talos Principle?
No, I
Okay, then
know
I
and
don't know.
I know and love that game. It could be Escape Simulator. I don't know if it would get 82%. I know
Give it a
people
shot.
like it. Let's see if it's even in there. It is. Okay. Okay. I'm done, man.
There you go.
I got it from a wall and some pots. I don't know what to say.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. There's also some leaves.
It's true. Escape Simulator is great. It's a great game. If you like escape rooms, you should play this game. It's really good.
I've never done an escape room before.
Really? Oh, it's so fun. It's good times.
I don't think I would enjoy it. Like if as like a video game, maybe.
Mm.
Like in a real escape room, it's not like I can, save my game and come back to it like in an hour or two.
Oh, the escape simulator is like you have an hour to finish the room. Like they're
Yeah,
all
but like what
timed.
if I want to take a break and have lunch or something? I can't do that.
It's only an hour.
Yeah, but if I'm doing something for fun, I want to be able to pause it. Like this is why I like video games because I can pause it and then
Can't
like
pause
get up and
life.
go to the bathroom or something.
That's fair. All right, let's see what the next one is. Oh my god. Oh, this looks so familiar, which is sad.
It's super compressed and
Yeah.
zoomed in. I'm seeing more JPEG compression than anything else.
Like
Maybe it's
it's a
Simant.
game where you're like it's a top-down game where you're like digging and like farming and stuff. This looks so familiar. I mean, I'll put Simant just
It's
in
just
case, but
JPEG artifact simulator to me.
oh yeah. It's Rimworld.
There you go. I've never played it.
Yeah, it's good. It was like I can't say for sure, but I think it was the first game of its genre where you're like managing a town and every person is like a fully customizable person that learns and like you're not building a town of like 7,000 people, you're building a town of like 20. It's like
I mean, isn't that what Dwarf Fortress is?
does Dwarf Fortress cap out at about 20 people? I don't know. I've never played it.
I don't know. That game's for insane people.
Yeah.
I tried it
Yeah.
once and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was like,
I
this
think you're
is
right though.
way more complex than I thought it was going to be, and it's.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's like a fun city builder with dwarfs. Nope, it's like it looks like a mainframe computer, and
It is very
it's
very
it
complicated.
has like, oh my god, we got to calculate the trajectory of the water flow. It's like, guys, it uses text mode graphics. How much calculation of trajectories could you possibly need to do here?
You could play the remaster that gives it actual graphics.
Yeah, it's listen, I can play stuff like that. I used to play ZZT back in the day. Speaking of epic games and
Mm.
franchises that they've abandoned. But yeah, it was a simulator that was way more in depth than I was expecting. I was like, "Oh, I'm in over my head here."
I would try RimWorld. It's
Wasn't
definitely not as
I
complicated
wasn't
as
looking for a second job.
yeah. RimWorld's definitely like a game where you start it and then like a couple hours in, you're like you learn enough where you're like, okay, I can start over and I'll be way better at this.
Oh,
Yeah. No idea what I'm looking at.
no idea.
What the? Oh, it's
Oh,
Banjo Kazooie, right?
yeah.
No. Oh, Donkey Kong
Oh,
64.
is it Conquer?
Oh, nope. It is Conquer.
There we go.
That
It was
rare
a
art
rare
style.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so obvious.
It's just which one is it?
Yep.
Oh, great, a ceiling, or
I think
maybe
that
a
might.
wall,
I think it might be a
or a floor.
floor.
It's one of those three.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. Ooh, 66%. Not great.
We got exclamation points.
There's something at the top that reads showroom. I think it's the showroom.
Good eye. I Still don't know what it is though.
Ooh, current gen?
I have no idea.
This looks familiar. What is that from? Current gen. I've seen that. I know the icon looks very generic, but I've seen that. This looks
a little sci-fi-ish.
What is this?
I'm assuming that Morslev is like a maglev train.
It says that might be Morsley.
Oh, could be. Then I have no assumptions to make. And
Yeah, it looks like
yeah,
Morsley.
that's a why. Okay, well then never mind.
My only I it could be Watch Dogs Legion, but
You could try it.
I think it was cross-platform though. I don't think it was.
It's probably cross-platform. Yeah.
First-person shooter.
Prepare the ambush. Yeah, I don't know.
Just doesn't look Call of Duty-ish. Still looks familiar though. Oh. Could this be Rainbow Six Siege?
Is that exclusive to current gen? I don't think it is.
Nope, apparently not. 2023. Optional. Access the VIP room. Steal and secure. Oh, is this Payday 3?
I also don't think that's current gen.
Current gen
I don't
only?
know. I mean, you could try, but I'm
running out of options here.
certain that
Nope, it's Payday 3.
Really? 2023? I thought Payday 3 came out in like 2018 or something.
Oh no, that was Payday 2. Yeah. Payday 3 did not do well.
I thought that game came out even earlier. Jeez, okay.
Yeah, Payday 3 did not do well. That's the stairs.
Nice staircase, I guess.
Visually modern.
Good texturing on it. Mm-hmm. It's materials.
Could be Resident Evil remake. Resident Evil 2 remake, maybe.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's blue enough. That game's very blue.
68%.
Yeah, definitely not with that score.
Nope. Not sure.
Still don't know.
The text is too blurry for me to make out, which is weird because the first screenshot looked really modern and this one looks really not modern.
This looks zoomed in.
Okay, last gen exclude. Oh, it's Mafia 3.
Oh, well, there you go.
I recognize that this scene. This is the opening scene of the game where you do a bank heist and steal a bunch of gold bars. Huh. Underrated game. It does get very repetitive, which is why it didn't do very well. But if you want a mindless third-person shooter with great graphics, it's a great game. It's also got a actually pretty good, interesting story. That the opening like hour to 2 hours is amazing. Like it's groundbreaking. And then for some reason it's like their budget got cut off, and then the rest of the game is like a rinse and repeat gameplay loop. It's weird. But that first 2 hours, man. Speaking of Prey, by the way, it sounds like that game would make a good movie. Almost like an M. Night Shyamalan type of movie where they have that twist at the end, you know?
Well, I'd want someone other than M. Night Shyamalan to do that.
Yeah.
And I am not much help today. I have no idea what this is. Looks like a giant cassette deck in the background and then a Roomba propped up to the side.
I wonder. No. Oh, maybe it is. It might be Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which ironically we talked about today. Oh my god.
Okay, so I guess it was a giant cassette deck.
Yeah. That when you said that, and then I saw these lights, I'm like, that this has Guardians of the Galaxy written all over it. Great game. I think a lot of people missed out on this game because it didn't have a great. I don't want to say this. It didn't have a lot going for it from the outside because Guardians of the Galaxy was really big at the time, and this one didn't use the
Actor licenses.
the actor. Well, it didn't use their exact likenesses, but they you know
That means it didn't use their likenesses.
they looked like
they used like the generic like
yeah.
like the stunt double face kind of thing.
Yeah, it wasn't based on the movie anyway. It was based on the comic.
Which is fine because I hated that fucking movie.
Really? Huh.
I despised it.
Wow. But the game's great. The game's great. It's a third-person action adventure, and
I can see that.
And you can control the other three members. It's kind of like a squad-based game, so you like initiate like attacks and stuff. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very short, quick experience. You can get it for cheap. I recommend it. All right, we're in a cathedral.
Yep.
And that's all I know.
Yep. Don't have any bright ideas. There are lots of games with cathedrals.
Okay.
Every Souls game.
Whoo, 93?
And now we're in Egypt, I guess?
Huh.
I'd almost say Serious Sam, but I can't imagine a Serious Sam game getting a 93. They're fine, but they're not 93.
This is definitely an Xbox era game, though. 360 maybe. Just look at the little bit of that little bit of 360 jank. But I don't. What could 93? That's really high. I need more. Oh, is this Soul Calibur? That looks like Link's shoes.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the arcade version.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess you could try Soul Calibur 2. I don't remember Soul Calibur 2 looking this good. Huh.
Apparently.
Okay.
Huh.
Weird.
Maybe I bet you some of the screenshots are from the console version and some of them are from the arcade version.
Maybe.
Because Link wouldn't have been in the arcade version.
No, right? Link was only in the GameCube version.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Some games
better
just.
I remember that game having. Yeah.
Yeah. Some games just.
Some games hold up under scrutiny. Fuck off.
Fuck you guys. That's ridiculous.
We get a little tiny thing in the corner.
Yeah.
And then.
If anyone got from this screenshot, you're full of shit. You're full of shit.
Game that has a brown sky. Let's just pick one.
Maybe we go with Twilight Princess. Maybe it's finally Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, maybe go for it.
Oh, definitely not Twilight Princess. Oh, no. Is this Little Rocket?
That's about the right score.
This might be Little Rocket Lab, the game that's on Game Pass.
Okay, try it.
If it is, that's really funny. Nope, it's not in here. Okay. Could it be Stardew Valley?
No. That game doesn't have a 3D perspective like this.
Yeah, good point. I don't know.
Maybe it's like a Pokemon game. Maybe it's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or something.
It is it's the DS Pokemon game. So what? Black?
Yeah, black and white.
There we go.
I contributed something.
Oops. There's the previous game.
I don't know. That's a shame because they're giving us a lot compared to what they usually do. Like there's grass, yes, but there's also like a path, there's trees. You know, like there's a whole scene here. It's not just we stuck the camera like a foot off the ground and pointed it down.
Yeah, I'm getting like things here and there, but I'm not sure. Ooh,
Ooh,
63.
that's a shame because this game looks gorgeous.
It does look pretty. Um,
But then again, so does Samson. So maybe it's one of those situations.
yeah, all
I'm sure
style,
all
no
will be made
substance.
clear once we find out what it is.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, neither do I.
Whoa. Oh, is this High Guard?
Oh my god, it could be High Guard. I was like, what's the yeah, yeah. It is High Guard.
It will all
That
be
explains it.
revealed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Just from the following retailers. No.
Yeah, yeah. No idea.
This is just sand, I think.
Yeah, it looks like
Maybe it's
sand.
Eternal Darkness.
You know what? Okay,
Try it. Just try it.
No, I think it might be Hitman 3 or Hitman
Okay.
2.
Okay, let's go with yours and then let's see.
I
If
don't
you
know which
get
one.
that-
I don't know which one had the beach scene. That's what I'm trying to remember.
I mean, does it matter? Aren't they all one game now?
It's like Hitman World of Assassination, but I don't. It's yeah, it doesn't consider them one game in here, so it's one of the three. If I don't think it's the first one.
I will consider any one of those correct if you got it.
No, okay, 89%.
Oh, thank God.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, I would have just walked off.
I don't know what this is now.
No longer necessary. This looks familiar. Is it
89% is pretty high.
Yeah, is it like Oblivion? It's not bloomy enough to be Oblivion, but
Yeah. Maybe we could try it unless you.
Yeah, no reason not to. I just feel like it would be like way glory. Oh, it's is this StarCraft 2?
No.
Or is this Halo Wars 2?
I can't make out what any of the buttons are.
Well, let's just start trying stuff.
I know it's definitely not StarCraft. Let's try Halo Wars 2. Oh, but it's an MMO. Oh, is this Riftbreaker? No, it can't be. Riftbreaker.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it was Riftbreaker. I don't think it's an MMO though.
I don't know. I don't know anything about MMOs.
Oh, 2005.
Oh, is it just World of Warcraft?
No. I played 387 days worth of gameplay.
Oh, that's
that
disgusting.
Yeah, almost 10,000 hours. I would recognize it.
Gross.
Yeah. This might be Final Fantasy 11.
I think it probably looks a little bit too good to be Final Fantasy 11. Did it say that its launch platform was PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's on Final Fantasy 11
because it was on PlayStation. Right. Yeah, I don't know what this is then.
EverQuest 2?
Yeah, maybe it's EverQuest 2 or Lord of the Rings Online.
I think Lord of the Rings Online came later, but we've got two guesses, so.
EverQuest 2 is not in here.
Then I don't know. Lord of the Rings Online, I guess.
No? ArenaNet? I have no idea.
Oh, Guild Wars?
Oh. It's not Guild Wars 2, that's for sure.
No, Guild Wars 2 was later.
Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
I know that purely from the developer name.
Yeah.
I have never seen until now, I have never seen a single frame of Guild Wars 1 or 2.
Oh, wow. I played Guild Wars 2. I have a copy of it still.
Ooh. Oh, nice. It's a table.
Yeah, that's a desk.
What kind of game has tables?
I do see an old school candle wick here and a feather pen. Could be.
I mean, I think all candles are old school candles. What does a modern candle look like?
like
same as an old one.
Like those old school candle holders. You know, like the little.
Yeah,
you know?
and people still make those and use those for carrying a candle around.
Feather pen.
Maybe if you're a hipster.
This could be like I'm trying to think of games that it might recognize in the modern kind of era because it seems to be picking games that we've talked about. It might be Banishers, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'll put
I
it
have
just
no
in
idea.
case.
I've never even heard of this. How the fuck? How the fuck? What the fuck? What did you do these ahead of time?
No,
What the
I
fuck?
swear to God, everyone's gonna think I cheat in this game. No, like I said, the newer, the ones that are like current are usually more current games. So I was like, what's a game with that old school
Well, of course,
style?
because they can be.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm
You're not
like,
going to get a recent game from the 2022 era of this.
I don't know, man. I just I don't know. I'm lucky, maybe. I just think I'm lucky. This game was cool.
Jesus Christ.
This game's cool. I need to give this more time. This game. I don't know. I freak myself out sometimes. Honestly, it certainly ups my
Oh,
nerd cred, though.
is this Kirby 64? Kirby Crystal Shards or whatever it's called?
No, it's too old though. That what the fuck is that? Is that Tingle?
It kind of looks like Tingle, but it's
It's
not.
not Tingle. No, I don't know what this is.
Go back to that first screenshot.
Oh, is this Nights into
Oh, what is?
Dreams?
Probably not, but I don't have any better ideas at the moment.
PS1. No idea. This this
Uh,
is a blind zone for me. So
X2 maybe? Um, shit.
no idea.
Oh my god. Blasto?
Oh, Blasto. There's a name.
Blasto.
Oh, good call. I do remember Blasto. God, that game was bad.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Phil Hartman.
Yeah, like he just walks around going bang 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 bang. Like, God,
Yeah.
terrible game. Good poll though. Oh, that's Mario 3, right?
That's way too clean to be Mario 3.
Hmm.
Also way too many colors. Like I see what you're getting at,
Yeah, the
but
ships.
like
Yeah.
maybe it's like new Super Mario Brothers doing a Mario 3 level or something. Or like Mario Maker.
Oh yeah, Mario Maker.
Just try any of them.
It could be Mario Maker. I like that. I like that thinking. Oh, it's the first
Okay,
one.
so it's the first one.
Good call. Okay, maybe it's not. It's a GBA Mario game.
Oh, it's Super
Mario.
Mario Advance 4, Super Mario 3. It's the yeah, there
This
you
one.
go. Yeah.
That's cheap. That's cheating.
Yeah, but I
So
mean
I
you
was
were
right, but
technically
I was
correct.
wrong.
Yeah.
That's cheating. All right, last one. Whoa.
Oh,
No, you're not gonna get that.
fuck. No, shut up. You don't get to tell me that after Banisters. Shut up. You don't get to do that. Shit. I need another one. I need another one. Okay, I was wrong. Never
Okay.
mind. I don't know what this is.
64%. This has Wii game written all over it.
What was the game with the man on the warning sign? There was a game like that, wasn't there? I'm sure there was.
And on a warning sign. No idea.
You know the just you know how all the warning signs are like or like street crossing is like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
this kind of figure.
I don't know what I don't know what you might be referring to though. Like
Yeah,
Explosion Man or
neither
something.
do
I don't
I.
know.
No, Explosion Man like had a
Oh,
whole
it's Brain
character and
Age.
everything. Oh, it's Braid Age.
It looks like a newer one though.
It must be.
Weird. It's
Two?
not one, so I'll go
Yeah,
with
it's
two. What?
Oh, maybe this is
2019?
maybe this is a re-release. Maybe this is a re-release. Try the first one. Just try the first one.
Nope. Nintendo EPD 2019. It's got to be a mobile game.
Well, how many other Brain Age games are listed in their list there? It's got to be one of them.
There's no more. Big Brain Academy?
Oh, Big Brain Academy.
Dr. Kawashi's brain training for Nintendo Switch? Go fuck yourself.
Fuck off. No, we got that.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You can't change the name of the franchise and then say, oh yeah, you got it correct. You got the franchise
Dr.
right.
Kawashima's brain training for Nintendo Switch. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Fuck off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap. That is Press Pause, a gaming podcast, episode 87. If you want to follow me on the socials, I'm at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
And I am at Ninjas on BlueSky.
If you want to email us, you can do so at co.up.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and join us on the Co-op Club Discord community server, where you can find myself and so many others talking about gaming, wrestling, and more. And patreon.com/co-op entertainment, where you can throw us $1 a month to help support the channel. Until next time, get back to gaming.
Back to gaming.